Welcome to Japanese Inscrutable Society. Today's topic is foreigners in Japan. Foreigners visiting Japan and the number of residents in Japan hit unprecedented figures. There are two categories when we talk about foreigners. One, visitors. Another one is residents. Visitors last year or until the end of financial year 1925. We have two calendars. So sometimes figure by the end of 2025 or by the end of financial year 2025. That means until end of March 2026. So sometimes figure mixed up. So slightly different figures came out on the same topics. But anyway, last year we received the number of people as a visitor, 43 million. 43 million. That's a very big figure. Until end of 1980s, visitors to Japan or people come back from overseas at the airport, for example, Narita Airport. You join the line by immigration. Japanese and another line is put the title aliens. Either Japanese, line for Japanese, line for aliens. This word, alien, was used until 1988. That word, probably people who arrived from English-speaking country felt something uncomfortable. Well, you are called alien. The movie Alien, Alien 2, Alien 3, they released from end of 1979 to 1980s. So probably Japanese authority started something wrong with the word aliens. The alien is outer people, being from outer space. So, but that word used until end of 1980s that represent how Japanese feel outsiders, the aliens. Now foreigners. This is very much nothing wrong with this word, and the actually number of people who came to Japan until early 21st century was only 5 million annually, only 5 million. So that is not a big number. When people look into famous tourist nation such as France, Spain, Italy, United States, they're 10 times more than Japanese figures. So numbers with under many different situations, 9/11, the economic, the breakdown, uh, we call it the kind of economic shock. That big U.S. financial companies collapsed, and it happened 2008. And then we have um, 2011, a huge earthquake, tsunami, Fukushima, nuclear meltdown. Then uh, tourism stopped completely for a certain period of time. And then we have a corona uh, pandemic, COVID-19, between say 2020 and 2023. So many things happened. And the number of visitors to Japan, they gradually increasing. And last year, finally hit the 40 million, 43 million. That's a huge number. They come to annually come to Japan with bigger figures. That's what the government expected. Currently, we call it inbound visitors. Outbound, Japanese go overseas. Inbound, people come to Japan. So inbound market actually last year reached 9 trillion yen. That's a huge figure. Japanese tourism, inbound and outbound, all mixed up. Probably 25 million Japanese yen. And 35% this income in the market come from the inbound business. So the number of Japanese 43 billion resulted in big contribution to Japanese economy. And the government still want to more people come to Japan. And they have the target 60 million by the end of 2030s. So 4 more years, maybe each year, huge jump onto the figures. This 43 million last year, that is a big figure, but potentially we supposed to have bigger figures because Chinese visitors to Japan is huge numbers, 10 million. Before COVID-19, that means 2019, people from China reached 10 million. But something happened, autumn 2025, last year, that the newly elected Prime Minister Takaichi mentioned something about it, very significant word about Taiwan. For China, Taiwan is most important national strategy to take China integrated into the Republic of China. So Xi Jinping, current president of China, he always insists China would do something about Taiwan as soon as possible when things are ready. If Taiwan is kind of occupied by China, that is a great threat to Japan and the United States. So this is a very much touchy issue, and China was very angry about it. Takaichi's the comment concerning Taiwan. So the China, Communist China, so the government, they stop the Chinese visiting Japan. Not legal manner, but the recommendation that Japan, Japan is now creating some very difficult situation with China, and if you go to Japan, we don't guarantee your safety. There are many things happening in Japan, attacking the Chinese nationalities. So this kind of the actually instructions. So travel agency in China, they stop sending group tours to Japan. That is a huge impact to the Japanese market as far as Chinese visitor concerned. 10 million. Then what happened after Chinese government stopped Chinese coming into Japan? The 500,000, 50%, the group tours all disappeared. But the individual Chinese visitors, they have a freedom. As long as they get the visa to Japan, they know nothing happened in Japan. Nothing like Chinese government said Japan is a dangerous country for Chinese nationalities. So and the many visitors can obtain the visas if you have a certain amount of annual income. If you are wealthy people, no trouble to receive the visa from Japanese embassy in Beijing or maybe consulate some Shanghai, Nanjing. So about 4 million, 5 million still continue coming to Japan, but half, 5 million, disappeared. So if there no actually conflict between China and Japan, they may come to visit Japan just as usual. In this case, 43 million, the plus potential 5 millions for 48 millions. This is the close to 50 millions. And that is quite a figure when we concern what may happen 2030, the 60 million. It's not a dreamful, the figure. It's not impossible. But anyway, 40 million, 50 million, the big figure, but not world number one, of course. The world, the biggest the market for foreign visitors is France. France annually receive 100 million. 100 million is a big figure. And then the Spain, pretty close, just below 100 million. And the United States, 60, 70 million. It's China. In Asia, China receives the biggest population of foreign visitors, 65 million. Japan, because Japan cleared the barrier of 40 million. So the world top 10. Thailand may be very popular. Thailand, probably still below 40 million, 35, 36, 37 million. Thailand is a very popular country. But China, Thailand, between Japan. So this is the Asia's top 3. And Japan now listed world top 10 list. The 40 million is a huge figure, huge numbers. So this is a kind of a chart. Before COVID-19, 32 million. Even COVID, before COVID-19, that was 2019, that we hit the 32 millions. Already we reached that stage. And after during COVID, nothing going on. And after COVID, the gradually the reinstate the pre-COVID-19 figures. And last year, we finally reached 40 millions. So this is the visitors. This is a big figure. And Japan never experienced this kind of figure. So what's going on is so-called over-tourism. Crowds everywhere. There used to be two most popular seasons. One in April, March and April, the cherry blossom season, the spring time. This is the kind of biggest crowd of foreign visitors. And then autumn. Second comes autumn. But autumn, beauty of autumn, not so well known in the world. Cherry blossom, sakura. People just rush to Japan, so kind of busiest time of the year. But recent years, more and more people receive something about what's going on in Japanese autumn, November, around November. Beautiful landscape. The leaves, trees, change colors. So this autumn, of course, spring, autumn in Japan is